Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Civilization 6. So, where we left off, we were in the process of getting a religion, we're in the process of getting through the ancient era. We're also doing a little bit of exploration, trying to find people, and all that sort of stuff. Now, I have a little bit of a conundrum here. If I went for the government plaza right now, I could get a, the thing that lets me build settlers quicker. I could get that and just crank out settlers really fast. And so I'm really tempted by that. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the early government plaza. I got one settler route. I'm kind of going settler light this game. Now, normally I feel like going settler heavy is pretty much the optimal strategy. But I kind of want to play a little bit differently. I want to explore different options of the game. And I feel like island maps are the best kind of maps to explore that on, because there's less likely that I have to deal with an early war. I have a little bit more isolation. I can kind of try out new ideas in isolation and all that sort of stuff. And that's kind of like the way, it's kind of like the way I like to play these more isolated games, is to try out new strategy. Because I feel like playing the most optimal way, or like the best way, when you have pure isolation, it doesn't really tell you anything about the game. But if you try to play suboptimally, if you try to make different decisions and sort of have a different angle on it, you can see, okay, well, maybe in this situation, the optimal play is actually to go for what would be suboptimal if I wasn't isolated, you know? And so you can kind of make these sort of inferences from the gameplay and all that sort of jazz. We are probably going to get a Dark Age. I won't be able to get that for a while. So, I want to go see if I can find this guy. I'm going to go for... Well, let's see. I have one district. I need to get to pop... let's see. So the first district is pop 0, then it's pop... They use the 1, 2, 3 rule. You need one housing per pop, one amenity per pop, and you get one district for every 3 pop. So I have currently, I would need to get to 7 population to get my next district. So I'm not going to get that for a long time because I'm going to be building settlers and stuff. Not to worry. Now, it is time to get Magnus. Put him in London. And let's go ahead and grab... I don't need riding right now. I would really like to embark. Yeah, I really want to embark my next settler up over here, because that would actually make up for my science. So we're going to use you to fog bust. I think I'm going to stand you right there. You won't need to fog bust over here for much longer, as far as I can tell. Okay, there's Manchester. Now I can't settle up here anymore. Kind of ended up on an island that has a sort of England flavor to it. You know, it's got like the... Well, maybe I'm being, you know, it's got like the neck, and this is Scotland up here. Well, I say England, more like UK. Here's like little micro Wales, and this is kind of deformed Cornwall. This is where the actual London would be. And then here's like Northumberland and York, and Ireland would technically be over here. You know, it's kind of like, it looks like the UK's sort of, you know, adopted half-brother or whatever. So... Now, we need to make decisions about what we're going to be doing in our next city. So there's a few decisions that stand out to me as really good ones. Well, we're actually getting a lot of faith up here. That's really nice. It's going to be even better stuff. So, for example, I could go for the Holy Site. Now, the expected time that I'm going to get a religion is going to be sooner than when this Holy Site finishes. So I'm not going to get the amount of value from the Grey People points from the Holy Site that I would normally. What I need to do is kind of lay out, make sure I don't place districts where I plan to put my national parks. I'm just going to put those pins down to remind myself. Where is national park? That's it. So I'm just going to put those down, just so I kind of remember that these are going to be national parks eventually, and I don't want to put stuff there that is unremovable. And similarly here, this is going to be another national park, I think. I may as well put these down here as well. So I can put stuff here, but it's going to be like non-permanent stuff. Like I could improve the farm, for example. I could improve these farms, but I would want to get rid of them later. Like stuff like that, you know? So I don't want to put stuff on these tiles, which means we have these tiles over here to play with. Do I want to go for a holy site? I think I'm going to skip the holy site. I don't need a granary. I have plenty of housing because I'm on a river. I don't need a monument. I have plenty of culture per turn. However, this would let the borders of this city grow a lot quicker. The things that are standing out to me right now are either a builder or a trader. This city could actually use a granary, which means it could also use a trader. So I'm tempted to go the trader route and start getting some roads, which would mean I could transfer units around a little bit easier. So I'm going to grab a fast trader in Manchester. That's going to have the additional benefit of giving me the boost towards currency in a little while. And we'll keep exploring here. I'm going to kind of loop around this way. You want me to trigger the Eureka for irrigation? And you want me to train an archer? Well, the Eureka for irrigation is based on building on this rice, so that's something I can definitely do. I don't need to get that galley just yet, so I think I'm going to go for the builder. And by putting a farm on this rice, I'll get the Eureka for irrigation. And you want me to train an archer. That's another thing that I could definitely do here. I would love to be building settlers right now. Okay. I already have an envoy with Lisbon, so maybe getting the irrigation thingy isn't a big deal for me right now. Instead, if I got this galley, I don't need that galley right now. So we're going to go settler. Let's keep exploring with this guy. I would love a button to be able to just hide my pins. If I have a lot of them, I would love to be able to just... Goodbye, pins. Hide them for a little while so that I can play without them. So we entered the classical era. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get the points that we needed to get a thingy. But we can take the Exodus of the Evangelists. And this does mean that we get the Golden Age points for founding our religion in this era. Now, we're not going to be first religion, unfortunately. In fact, that's already gone. But they did take some pretty crap beliefs here. Meeting House is a good one, but, you know, Warrior Monks is kind of garbage. I've never seen the AI use it to good effect. I'm going to put you on alert here. I don't think I need a Fogbuster up here anymore, so I'm going to put a new Fogbuster down here. Fogbusters. When there's something strange in your fog, who you gonna call? Fogbusters. Alright, I'm sorry. Oh man. I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to sit down and rewatch Ghostbusters. I'm gonna call up a friend and be like, dude, Ghostbusters? Marathon? Beer? And just see what the response is. So, we've got a few options here. So, the advantage of Classical Republic is that I would get +1 housing and amenity. And 15% great people points. Okay. The advantage of autocracy is I would get +1 to all yields for each government building, and I have a plaza, and I'm building a government building. So autocracy. Ooh. I still get to keep the plus 50% production towards settlers. I can still have all these other things. Monasticism, that could be really good actually. If I went for monasticism, I would get shipbuilding so fast. And I could purchase a galley in a few turns. Oh goddamn, you know what? And that would let me send my next settler up to this science up here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. Let's go ahead and take discipline here so that we can fight off enemy units. And now, not only that, but we're getting +1 of every yield in our capital from modifiers, which is super nice. Super nice. And we're going to be getting an extra +1 yield in the very near future. So, let me have a little bit of a think about what our next steps are. We are definitely going to want to get a temple so that we can evangelize our belief and spread our religion and all that jazz. We are also going to want to get... Oh, one of the other things that gave me the sort of shrine bias was that I would be able to spread my religion in the classical era easier the sooner I got that, because I would have more faith stored up. Oh, speaking of religions... Yeah, oh man, he's going to get it just before me. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm not first religion, but I'm not last religion, and that's what matters. We already have a relic, which is awesome, by the way. Which means I want to meet people to start generating that faith. Or not the faith, the tourism. Okay. I could have actually gone for mysticism. No, not really. So, there's a few things I want to pick up here. I'd like to pick up theology. I am going to want to go for monarchy this game. Because it gives... I'm going to be building walls, and this gives housing per level of walls, which is, useful. So, I think what I'm going to do is... I want feudalism too in the medieval era pretty early. So I'm going to kind of start down that direction. Yeah, I want to get feudalism as soon as possible. I want to have that for the medieval era so that I can do my faith purchasing once I get once I hopefully get the golden age. I feel like I can get a pretty reliable medieval era golden age here. I already have 11, points. Yeah, somebody is making 6.9 great profit points per turn. Let's not lose that race. Now, I did spend a decent chunk of faith there. But that's okay. Lots of fish over here. Making 15 faith per turn. That feels really nice. So let's go ahead and found this religion. And we got it on about turn 52, which is a little bit slower. Probably has, there's probably variables that I didn't fully account for, which is fine. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and, since we are England, I would have liked to have founded Protestantism, just for the, the thingy. All world wonders provide... Okay, this is a pretty terrible religion. We want to make a religion that's really good for tourism. So how are we going to do that? I just punched my microphone because I'm an idiot. How are we going to do that? In case you don't know, I talk with my hands when I'm playing here because it helps me think and communicate and express myself. And a lot of the time that ends up with me punching my microphone. Just for the reverse, go F yourself. We're going to pick Catholicism. Now, there's a few things here we could go for. We could use culture. We could use a lot of culture right now because we don't have our theater squares up. So, if we got some extra culture right now, that would get a much better medieval era. I could go for reliquaries. This would give me a lot more faith right now and throughout the game. I could go for Feed the World. This would make my shrines much more useful to build. I could go for Jesuit education. That would give me something to spend my faith on. However, the problem is I already have a thing that I want to spend my faith on. Is that a dead fly on my desk just sitting there? What? Yes. What the? Okay, listen. Moving on from the dead fly on my desk. This stuff is just dying around me. I think the right move here for me is to pick up choral music. What that's going to do for me? What that's going to do for me is get me all the way up here to feudalism really quickly. Additionally, it's going to give me a lot of incentive to build my holy sites for culture, which is already a strong point of my sort of game plan that I'm going for, because we do need to get theater squares, and it'll make up for the fact that I'm getting my theater squares late. That's another thing it'll do. So I think choral music here is the right move. Shrines and temples providing culture equal to their intrinsic faith output. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. We're going to do it. Okay, now, we need to think about what else can we do. So one of the things we could go for is Holy Order. That would mean I would spend less faith on missionaries and apostles. I don't intend on building many of those, enough to just spread my religion for the points. Religious colonization, that could be really good, particularly if I'm getting the +2 era score for each time I convert a city to my founded religion for the first time, as I'm going to be settling cities in this era. You know, so there's like, makes sense here. This all lines up really nicely. It would get me a really strong guaranteed medieval era golden age without having to spend the faith on converting. And so the question is the value of that faith I save going for religious colonization worth more than, say, the faith I would save by missionaries being cheaper to purchase? Well, I actually think that religious colonization here is the right move. For 2 reasons. A, it would save me some faith from founding my cities. B, it spreads my religion further and wider. And C, it's something I don't do ever, so we're going to try it out. That's the plan. This is a game where we're trying out new things, and this is indeed on Deity, just in case anybody's wondering. This is Deity difficulty. So we're trying out new strategies on Deity, and we can afford to try these new strategies because we're isolated on our own sort of little island, which is, you know, if we weren't isolated on our own little island, we would be forced to play more standard. Yeah, so growth isn't really a big deal here. So I'm going to say avoid growth. It's not a big deal. What are the yields that we really want? We want a lot of production. These are the things you do if you want to avoid growth and get production. So, okay, that's fine. Well, we don't... No, avoid growth for now. So, I'll lock these in manually. The tiles that I like. Right there. Okay. Keep exploring. Nice bit of culture on science over here on these turtles and amber. Land is a little bit barren. I'm kind of sad that this continent is the same one. Yeah, it's the same continent, which is upsetting. Because I get bonuses from settling non-capital continents. Is this a different one? Well, really? Pangaea is still... Interesting. Our next settler is finished. We're going to grab... I really want to build this, but we're going to grab a galley, because that's going to speed up shipbuilding. And by the time this guy gets to Manchester, I should be pretty much ready to embark him over here and get this. In fact, I probably should have brought the warrior with him, because there's a good chance that there are hostile units over there. Which would be unfortunate if that happened. Now, we do have a bit of a hurt to our culture right now. And that's from the modifiers, but we're getting so much science that it's absolutely worth it, as far as I can tell. It'll stop being worth it in a little while. Keep exploring with this guy. Wow, really? Still Pangaea? Wow, okay. Alright. Alright. So we have... secured a normal era. We need another 12 points to secure a golden age, which is what we want to do. Oh, you know what? I had meant to promote you to this to save on population. We're going to go for the Ancestral Hall. And then we're going to spam settlers till Kingdom Come. Or whatever the phrase is. I don't know. Listen, I just say things, okay? Don't listen to me. I say nonsense, alright? It's a veritable stream of conscious nonsense. Okay, we'll keep exploring over here. 2 turns until shipbuilding. Kind of tempted to swap out some policy cards here and stuff like that. Maybe. Yeah, there's a thingy over there. It's an honor to meet you. Now, did you make a religion? John Curtin did not make a religion. This is good news for me. And so here, I remember my prediction. I predicted there would be a civilization in this sort of vector, and I was right. So I feel vindicated. Hello? That's a lot of stuff there, John. How would you like a delegation? How would you like an open borders deal? Hey, that sounds good to me, dude. Let's sweep around this way, because I might need to defend myself here. We're up to 17 era score.
There is nothing but a plank.
There's some extra era score because we finished shipbuilding. There's Yosemite. So let's have a look at the appeal mode here. Potential. I'm going to want writing. I think I'm going to be building a campus in Manchester. Now, he's a little bit upset with me. Different governments and my first impressions are a little bit weak. But we do have open borders and we did send them a delegation, which is kind of counteracting that a little bit. Okay, horsemen barbarians can spawn now. That's something we need to be really careful about. Particularly over here, actually. Question is, do I go coastal or do I settle inland on the wheat, for example? If I settled on the wheat, I would get 2 science and 2 gold immediately. But I would be off fresh water. Am I being too greedy here? Is he looking to go to war with me? That's a maybe. Keep an eye on his troops. I'm going to bring this trireme back in case I need to defend myself. Okay, no, he's just exploring.
Writing is easy.
Nice. So we are going to trade with... I would like to actually trade with these guys if I could. Trading with Australia wouldn't be a terrible move here. So I feel safe now exploring because it seems like he's moved his troops back. I think I'm going to trade with London here. I'm going to get 3 food and 2 production, which is really, really nice. And I'm also going to start spreading my religion. That's the other advantage of this. So if we take a look at the religion map mode, it's going to convert in 15 turns, which is pretty nice. And you can see I'm starting to spread my religion over here to Muscat. And as I settle this city, that's going to increase my pressure as well. And mean that I'm going to start converting John Curtin to my religion, which means I'm going to get more religious tourism pressure against him. He's going to treat me better in diplomacy. There's going to be a lot of benefits. So somebody wanted me to train an archer. I'm going to bring this slinger back for an upgrade. Now, I would really like to get a campus. There's a few questions here on my mind on that front, though. If I get a campus, I need to start generating great scientist points because I want to get Mary Leakey later in the game. But I also need to start generating great writer points and stuff like that. That was a burp, I'm sorry. Okay, let me think about this. Right, I'm going to go games and recreation, drama and poetry, into feudalism. I need to get my theatre square up at a reasonable time. I'm thinking of going for the campus purely so that I can start generating great scientist points early. I could go for the holy site, and I would get more out of the holy site in terms of yield long term. I'm going to go for the campus. I need a source of science right now. Right now I'm relying on this card, but that's at a detriment to my culture. So I need another source of science in my empire to make up for that. And that'll let me swap out that card without feeling the pain in so much. So we're going to settle in place here. We settle near Yosemite. That's going to give me some era scores. So it looks like we're going to guarantee the golden age of the mid-game golden age. I'm going to place a holy site in this city, however, and pretty much immediately because it's a +3 tile. Now there is a +4 here, but I think this tile is worth more to just work. Whereas I only sacrifice a +1 here. Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't need to make this campus because I'm getting a lot of science from this city. Damn, I could have made another holy site and maybe gotten even more faith in the mid-game. So, I think I would like to get Liang, and I'm going to put her in Manchester. So let's have a look at where we might settle more cities. There's potential for up here. I need to get my own island settled as well. 7 turns until this is done. For now, we're just going to hold in position. We're going to be settling for a very long time, I feel. Wait, why didn't this convert to my religion? I settled it. Oh, I guess this technically isn't my majority religion, right? Yeah, damn. I'll get 1 missionary. This is going to be the only missionary I plan to get this game. I need my majority religion. Damn, I thought this would really convert. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So there's games and recreation, and there's archery as well. So we're going to be able to upgrade this guy, and that'll get us a thing with this, which will net us 4 gold per turn, which is pretty nice. Converts in 11 turns. That's not quick enough. Okay, so let's talk about some options we have here. I want to get bronze working. It's time to start chopping that jungle out in my capital in particular. Need to get rid of this jungle. In fact, once that's done, I'm probably going to immediately purchase a builder to start chopping in here because it's going to help me get my settlers out quicker. Decent number of chops in here. You're going to head down here. Explore this way. Okay, we found another city-state. This is Toronto. What's your mission? Recruit a great scientist. That's not going to happen for a long time. Now, if there was an encampment or a military city-state around, I would definitely go out of my way to fulfill their mission. Right, let's move here. Go into the water. Then convert. That's going to put this into Catholicism. Now I have even more pressure, which is really nice. Okay. Then I'm going to keep scouting down here. And we can see that Birmingham will convert in 11 turns. I can't see how long it'll take you. You're not getting any of my faith, but you will soon. Palenque. Oh, that was the scientific city-state that he killed. Interesting. We did see one die in the readout there. So I think I'm going to hold on to this envoy until in case I find a militaristic city-state. Okay, there's Antioch. We were not the first to meet them. What's their mission? Is it something relatively simple? Train a horseman. That's unlikely to happen. I'm going to fate spread to Birmingham, just so I have my majority religion in place. And then I'm probably going to fate spread to Muscat, just so I get a little bit more pressure heading that way. I'm not going to give you my relic. Now, he has a lot of cities. So we are definitely super behind. He's making 40 culture per turn. Still doesn't have no theater squares in the game yet, which means I don't feel pressure to get started on that. What I'm going for is like a mid-game boom. Which is like, or well, sort of late early game boom, which is the medieval era. So this city now has my religion. Now I've got faith spreading over here to Muscat. I'm going to go ahead and convert Muscat so that my religion starts to spread even more across this continent. And we're going to call that the end of the episode. Now we're kind of going a little bit slower and we're taking more time to explain my thought processes and all that. We're going to have the Ancestral Hall very soon. I don't think this is a particularly optimal choice, but I think it's going to be reasonable for us. It means we're going to be able to crank out settlers really quick. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get a builder in position now. Oh, I should have done that from Manchester. Damn it, I would have had +1 build charge. That was why I made Liang and put her there, and that was why I messed up. God damn it, I just wasted... I could have had 4 build charges here and then just walked him down, because that was why I made the road and everything. I had everything lined up for this really... Listen, guys, listen. Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw anything. Nothing happened. Okay, oh my god, the turn just reset itself. Oh no! Listen, I'm allowed 1 reload a series, okay? God damn it. 1 reload for a dumb mistake. Stupid mistakes, man.
Leave your bronze for iron.
God damn it.
To reveal its secrets. A collection of heaven that uplifts our hearts.
I can't believe it. I had it all set up. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get Liang. I have the road set up. I can just walk the builder down. I'll buy her in the Yang City. I'll get an extra build charge. I'll be super efficient with my goals. And then I'm like, I'll just click on my capital and buy a builder there, guys. Listen, this is my 1 mulligan, okay? This is my turn mulligan, okay? I literally did one thing this turn, and that was purchase a builder. I guess I also was going to upgrade this guy, but that's fine. I kind of walked you this way too. Listen, I want no comments about my mulligan turn, alright? Nobody's allowed to mention it. Oh, don't go to war. Okay, listen. I love you all. I love you all so much. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel. And remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, though, I want to say I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!